Hi, everybody. Gina Virginia Casella here. Welcome to the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. A big welcome to you. My name is Gina Virginia Casella, and today I get to do one of my favorite things, and that's provide you, the collective, with a special reading from the Dragon Dreams Oracle. So I'm going to dive right into it. And if you're interested, there's part one. I had sound issues, but if you're interested in listening, I think I'm just going to keep that up. So let's get busy today. Wondering how you're spending your full moon. I like to celebrate a little bit early. That's why I do it on the Saturday. The actual full moon, at least this round, is going to happen on the Wednesday. So um, I have little like moon rituals that I do, and I usually reserve that for today. Um, like on my Saturdays, that's my special time. Sometimes it'll carry over to the Sunday. This noon or full moon, I would like to connect the energy, and I'll tell you all about that on next Saturday. And I'm really looking forward to this activity, but working with the energy. I need to do the activity on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then like Thursday morning it's over. I don't have to do that, but I'm working with the biology of belief, you know? So, hey, Rob, good to see you. Can you hear me okay? I had to restart my live video. So, love when people are participating in the chat. If you wanted to join me in fire ceremony at the end, I've got a candle here with me. I've got my little sticks ready. You can twist up the paper, and you can hear me. Great. Thank you so much. So let's open up some sacred space. And we always start in the south. And where is my south? East is here. South is here. You're the south. I'm still getting used to my coordinations here. So south is forward for me, and I'll just use my hand like I did last time. To the winds of the south, great serpent, wrap your coils around us. Teach us to shed our skin the way you do. Teach us to be comfortable with our vulnerability when we shed our snake skins so we can be belly to belly with Mother Earth. Show us the beauty way, great serpent. Aho. To the winds of the west, Mother Jaguar, teach us the way of peace. Thank you for helping us transform and transcend our ways, walking with us through those dark places. Appreciate you, Jaguar, holding our hands, letting us ride on your back. And sometimes we feel frustrated with you because you don't cross the rainbow bridge with us. And that's been a great lesson for myself personally, is that only we can take those steps forward. And thank you, Jaguar, for helping us to take those steps that we need to so we can alchemize ourselves. Aho. Great winds of the north. You're very cold these days, quite the number of days. And hummingbird, you dominate the north. You remind us that our little wings that aren't even ready to take flight, that the only way we can develop our wings is to actually take that flight. And when I think about the strongest wind, which is the north wind, and the little hummingbird flying, it's quite amazing and very inspiring. And hummingbird comes up often in my gemstone readings because we're always reminded that we're carrying our high quality items forward, even the parts of us that we don't like. Lots of Dickism coming up these days in my gemstone readings. And I'm telling you, it's a bit bizarre to realize that those aspects of ourselves, the darker selves, the parts of us that we don't like, are actually high quality items that have carried forward and they very much serve a purpose. And just like all the other pieces of us, we absolutely need to alchemize. And so, thank you, Hummingbird, for reminding us to only drink the finest nectar because we are the finest nectar. Aho. To the winds of the east, great eagle condor, come to us from the place of the rising sun. Keep us under your wing. Show us the mountains we only dare to dream of. Help us remember that we learn lessons, but then we need to apply the lessons. We need to apply our knowledge and our skills. And myself personally, often I get so excited when I'm flying wingtip to wingtip with Eagle Condor that when I remember that I need to now go back and shed my snakeskin and cycle around, that can be challenging because I just want to keep flying wingtip to wingtip with Eagle Condor. And thank you, Eagle Condor, for helping me remember that we can't always be in a state of acceleration and freedom. Otherwise, we wouldn't have those ups and downs and the time and space to alchemize our cycling and siphoning that we do. And myself these days, I've transitioned from jaguar dominating and snake dominating, and I'm spending a bit more time now with eagle condor. And so it's really special now for me personally. And I thank you, great eagle condor. Your big, large hands and claws often make me feel uncomfortable because I feel so small. And I know that those big hands of yours do great things. Aho. Pachamama, Mother Earth. This poinsettia has definitely seen better days. Rosie gets up in the middle of the night and is tearing away at the beautiful leaves, and I don't want to throw this poinsettia out. I appreciate the beauty prayer all around us. And I do notice this poinsettia had new leaves, foliage growing. Um, and it just makes me think about myself as a biological. There's really no difference between myself and this poinsettia, other than the fact that I'm a walking, talking tree, if you will. And I thank Pachamama, Mother Earth, greatly for um, working with the elementals, for being the elementals, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, so that my biological 3D form, the biological one known as Gina, could take shape, could take form. And someday when I lose my form, it's going to be Pachamama, the earth, that reclaims me. And if not the earth, the other elementals, which I am understanding are part of the earth. So whether I get cremated or buried in the ground, um, or maybe who knows, I'll be left on the beach and the birds will pick my bones dry. That sounds like a nice little way for me to decompose. I know that Pachamama's going to take good care of me, and I'm thankful for that, despite if I'm from here um, or of here. So thank you, Pachamama. And I just want to thank Pachamama too. and for all of the tillers of the earth and the decomposers, the fin, the furred, the four-legged, the two-legged, the reptiles, the animals, all of the categories. Thank you, Pachamama. Father Sun, Grandmother Moon, and Star Nations, Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names, and you who are the unnamed one, thank you for bringing us together and allowing us to sing the song of life. Thank you to the wise and well, whale and orca elders, like comets, they're migrators, moving the energy around us, helping us alchemize. And the star nations are connected to us, whether they're our direct ancestors or not. We are connected to them. And so I'm very, very thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And a final thank you to Aho, to Father Sun and the Star Nations, but a final thank you to my spirit guides, to Amanda, Polaris, Toby, the goddesses, the goddess Bridget, the warrior goddesses. There's a lot to name. Amanda and Mateo, my dragon, the various aspects of me, Gina, who um, reinforce that my spirit cannot be broken and my wisdom can never be lost. And that we are the old people, we're the new people, and we're the same people, wiser than before. All right. So I like lots of space. I don't know about you. I know people like to see me move the cards around. So let me just scooch over some stuff. Oh no, all my little prayer sticks here fell out. Okay. Let me know what you're using. I'm using the end of old instant sticks. This is hairspray, the lid. Let me know how you reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, so I'm gonna pull 3 cards. So pick a card, 1, 2, or 3. And whatever you're thinking, you have to honor that. Don't change your mind. So these 3 cards, in a general way, they relate to all of us. But if you pick 1, 2, or 3, then it's like specifically relating to you. And let's get busy. And I know you can't see my face. I'm going to be closing my eyes now. So here we go. Earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Return, 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 return. Return, 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 return. Oh. Think about snake, about jaguar. I think about hummingbird, and I think about eagle condor. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, tap, tap, tap. Duality is where it's at. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, hop, hop, hop. Duality never stops. Lefty Lucy. Righty tighty. B, B, B. The only thing to be certain of is my uncertainty. Coil, recoil, loosen the soil. Coil, recoil, what are your morals? Coil, recoil, the truth does not spoil. North is south, east is west. 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 I'll tell you how you can serve the universe best. Right here, folks. The earth, the air, the fire. This one is coming from the fire. Ooh, folks who chose number one. So the fire represents passion, cleansing. This is an interesting one. I haven't pulled this one in a long time. It says shortage, and then it's crossed out, and then it says failure to fill. And there's a picture of a magnifying glass. So if you chose card number one, this one's for you. So, for example, um, here in Canada, you'll hear on the news that we have a teacher shortage. We have a shortage of nurses. No, we do not. We have a failure to fill. If anything, we have an abundance of teachers. We have an abundance of nurses. So, what the heck? Well, the thing is, teachers, nurses, these careers are too stressful these days. Teachers and nurses, for example, are working in severely underfunded conditions and are often undermined, especially those working with children. Um, so, those of you who chose card number one, there's a frustration going on because it's like you're being told something and it's not accurate. So this is about like speaking the truth and telling it like it is. So for example, there is no teacher shortage. No, there is not. There is not. There is a failure to fill. So when you have a failure to fill, what does that look like and sound like? We end up with parity in leadership. We end up with folks who are not certified. You know, some folks who are not certified, this is a phenomenal opportunity for them to get their foot in the door, right? I mean, like when I became a teacher, there was no chance of that, but now there's such a severe failure to fill that in some communities, as long as you have a degree and you're a responsible adult, you don't have a criminal record check, you get to have a job as a teacher. You don't get paid the full salary, you get the uncertified salary. So it's a phenomenal opportunity. So what ends up happening, folks typically will take these opportunities because it's an opportunity, but their heart's not in it. So they end up leaving. You end up with things like high turnover rate. You end up with people who, you know, like school communities, school families. It's very big time. Things like the Remembrance Day ceremony, the Christmas holidays, like all of this planning and community and those things. When you don't have the right folks with the right passion and drive, you just don't get your bang for your buck, if you will. And so um, the wrong folks get in, and then it's frustrating. So um, if if you can change this and actually fill the positions and have better quality, for example, education, better quality working conditions, everybody benefits. So I'm just using teaching and nursing for an example, but I'm wondering, let me know in the comments, like what kind of bullshit is going on in your life where you're being told, oh, there's a shortage. No, there's not. There's a failure to fill. So in your life, think about, where is there a lack of something? Play around with this language. There's a failure to fill. Customer service is another really great example. How many folks out there make a phone call and you just default to waiting 45 minutes or longer? But clearly we need to hire more folks, right? But we don't. And then what ends up happening? You end up, waiting 500 years just to check something out. So that's a powerful one, and I can feel the passion. My middle finger chose it, representing the fire. All right, let's move on. Those of you who chose card number 2, let's see what's in store for you. So you can't see me, but my eyes are closed. Card number 2. Whoa, right here, right here. This is the air elemental that chose this. This one comes up a lot. This one here, as soon as I was thinking air elemental, it could mean lots of things like choking or breathing easy. It could mean breath of life, um, lots of things. But this card in particular, before I saw the picture, I was thinking choking. So if you chose card number 2, you might metaphorically feel like you're choking, you're suffocating, you're not getting nourishment, you're not getting sustenance, and yet it's bizarre because you are eating. You're not feeling well, but again, it's bizarre because you are working out. You know, um, you're taking your showers and whatnot, but you just don't feel clean. Like, what is your problem? What is it? And every time you try to do something, it's like you have two left feet. Well, the thing is, um, metaphorically, it's like you were a caterpillar, right? And caterpillars have teeth and they munch away. And, they don't have teeth, but their mouths are able to munch and crunch. Um, Maybe some caterpillars have teeth. The point is they chew their food. Okay, they have a mouth and they proactively open their mouth and they crunch down on leaves and they chew it and they swallow it and it goes into their stomach and they, poop it out. Okay, good news for the caterpillar. If you chose card number 2, you have actually metamorphosized. You're a butterfly. You're not a caterpillar anymore, but you haven't realized this yet. So maybe you're aware, but it hasn't fully realized because you're essentially a butterfly trying to eat leaves. That's not going to work for you. You're a butterfly and you're trying to like crawl around on the leaves. You're trying to go under the leaves to hang out. That doesn't work for you. Um, you're a butterfly. So you're still in the same garden, yet it's different now because you're different. And it's a good thing. You've alchemized. So you don't eat caterpillar food anymore. You eat butterfly food. Your relationships have now changed. Caterpillars, when they're eating leaves, they might interact with other folks like ants and beetles, right? But the butterfly has a different group of friends. For example, the hummingbird, because both the hummingbird and the butterfly will drink nectar because they have like straw tongues, if you will, that soak it up. Um, so that's something for you to think about. Like, um, you're confused, and you don't need to be. Don't be confused anymore. And for some of you, it might be really hard because maybe you didn't even want to be a butterfly. You were very content being a caterpillar. So you're either confused or you're resisting, but whatever you're doing, you're not accepting this change. It's restricting you, hence the choking feeling. So I wonder how folks can resonate with card number two. And this is powerful too because the caterpillar is an easy lunch for robins or other small birds of prey, crows, But um, the butterfly is also a nice, tasty meal for robins. But if the butterfly has its wings closed and then opens it all of a sudden, it could scare the robin into fooling it that it's an owl and that these are like big owl eyes or something like that. And there's fish that do this as well. So, those of you who chose card number two, you could explore those connections on your own. Um, and work with it. Like maybe in the ocean, there's a different version of a caterpillar and a butterfly that would resonate with you more. So this was for folks who chose card number two, and I'd love to know how you relate. Okay, so card number three, here we go. Okay, card number three. My eyes are opened. Okay, now my eyes are closed. Card number three. Whoa, this finger wants to choose right here. So this is the earth, the air, the fire, the water. It's coming right in there. So my right hand represents masculine. I don't want to overthink it. And but since it happened, if you're interested, these two cards were chosen by my left hand, representative of divine feminine energy. So that's just something that you can work with. Um, I like to you know, chat about what things could mean, but ultimately, like it's on you, like the color red, for example. You can go look up what red chakras mean. I don't believe in standing and delivering, like so. That's why I love to hear your interpretation of these and how you resonate. So, anyways, this was chosen by um, the water, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, my index finger. And it's interesting because the water is typically a feminine thing, but it's masculine. So that's interesting to work with. And this picture, it it represents a lot of things. They all do, but it's a ladybug, and it says October, and there's calendar, and then there's like a brown tree, and there's yellow leaves, and then there's some raindrops, but there's also a snowdrop there. Oh, there's another snowflake up here. Um, so what this means, it reminds us that you might feel like you're last, but it's like somebody's got to be last, Somebody's got to be first, somebody's got to be last. And that's a conversation that I would have with my kindergarten class all the time because you always get these folks who are obsessed with being first in line. So it was like whoever the special teacher's helper was for the day, they got to be first. And then the next day, they had to be last. Um, and it was just kind of like teaching them to take turns, but also accepting the fact that there's always going to be somebody better than you because they're first in line. That's the child perspective. They're first in line, so they're better than me. That's why they're obsessed with being first. Somebody's got to be first. Don't take it personally. Somebody's also got to be last. Don't take it personally. Somebody's got to fill in the middle of the line. So it's this idea of saving the best for last. And in nature, folks like ladybugs and lots of flower species. They're in full bloom in the spring, and then fall comes rolling around, like the end of August, and everything is starting to turn colors and die. And then all of a sudden, it's like late September, October, and it's confusing because it's fall, um, transition time, and yet we have this like wave of ladybugs that seemingly come out of nowhere. We have bumblebees even randomly. It's like this last wave of the beauty prairie, this last wave of nature, and lots of vegetables and flowers, just this last wave. And that last wave is really important because it essentially provides the final compost before the winter. And it's also like, um, metaphorically, it's like the final fireworks of summer and everything that the promise of summer, the promise of spring, like this time of year right now in February, people are starting to plant their seeds. You might think it's early, but really you need to start planting your seeds in January, February. So by the time the spring comes rolling around, your plant is somewhat hardy enough that it can be planted in the ground and withstand the frost. If not, when it is ready, it's going to be really nice and hardy, and you can plant a really nice big plant instead of like just starting from seed and basically get another cycle in. So if you wait until like the actual spring to plant your seeds, you're at risk for your plants not being strong enough to survive the summer just because the rain itself might be too heavy. So indoor gardening, indoor maintenance, and this business of the promise of spring, and then summertime comes, and then this ladybug is like a final hurrah, final fireworks that the beauty prayer is being celebrated. So there's life and death all around us. A lot of folks out there believe it's lucky any time of year to see a ladybug. And I believe that when you see a ladybug in the fall or even in the winter, they get into your home, and it's like they're like those house flies. It's like they go into a slumber, and then if it gets warm enough, they come out of their slumber. And ladybugs are like that too. So if you be on the lookout, you might see a ladybug if you chose card number 3. And ladybugs also eat um, spiders' eggs. So that might sound a little nasty, but the thing is, the beauty prayer, everything is feeding everything, and so in the fall we see a lot of the end of the spiders too, right? But the ladybugs, the last of the ladybugs, are also gobbling up the last of the spider eggs. Otherwise, those eggs will freeze and die. So again, it's like this last give and take of the beauty prayer. It's kind of like the insect world is saying, like, okay, we're officially going away for winter, but not without a final hurrah, hurrah, fireworks. Um, and also, there's there's a lot of things to be said, um, because the color red in particular, um, in this in the fall, everything is like, um, brown, red, orange, yellow, brown, right? The color of the leaves. But at some point, like when you start getting into October, all of the beautiful purples and oranges and yellows are gone, and it's just a lot of brown, dead looking colors. But the color red stands out. So in the summertime, if you have, you know, um, some kind of red flower, not a rose, but something like, what the heck is it called? It's like tea, red. Um, I'm having a brain fart, but it's rose hip, red rose hip tea, and so it basically it's like a big green bush with these red buds. and you can make tea from that. And anyways, the point is you might not really notice the this plant in the summertime. It's just blended in with everything else. But when we get to this part of the beauty prayer in the fall, when um, everything is like brown and the colors are fading, the color red significantly stands out. And we notice those things like red rose hip. And those are the medicines. And there's also a connection um, to the woman's vagina because um, when women are aroused, the inside fleshy part it turns from a pinkish color to a reddish color, and so there's this divine feminine energy mixed in there as well, just with the color red. So I feel a sneeze coming on. Ew, excuse me. Sorry about that. And I'm the unapologetic type, and I really apologize for that. But so there's so much to say about these, you know. So if you picked card number three, hop on the internet and just read about ladybugs, you know? If you picked card number two, read about caterpillars and um and butterflies. If you picked card number one, ask yourself like what am I being told? You know, that there's a shortage of something. You know, maybe it's something like coffee. Maybe you're always short on coffee, you know? Well, you know what? Maybe you're not being responsible with your grocery list and you're just buying whatever and you keep forgetting to buy coffee and now like you're saying that there's a shortage of coffee? No, you failed to put coffee on your grocery list. It's not the first time you go to the grocery store without your list and just buy whatever and you keep forgetting coffee, for example. So I'm wondering um, how these cards um, resonate with you. So let me know in the comments. Something I really enjoy doing is working with animal energy. And so um, if I had a better memory recall, I would tell you all of these facts. But over the course of my own journey, whenever there's like an animal or insect that keeps coming up, it's been worth it um, for me to visit like just random YouTube videos, learn about the life cycle, learn about who their predators are, who they consume as prey, what their habitat looks like, and then I make parallels to myself, and it's really awesome. So let's do some fire ceremony. So I've got my candle here. I got my tin can, reduce, reuse, recycle. Um, a little stick that I'm going to burn. And I want to blow on both ends. Something that I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that my audio is working. It wasn't working last time. And I'm also thankful how I managed myself because when I got the news, somebody commented that my audio wasn't working. I'd get like stressed out about that, but I feel like I managed that pretty good, right? What do you think? You think I managed it pretty good? I think I did. And it was really no problem for me to create a second YouTube video. So I'm thankful for the skills that I'm carrying with me forward to help me out in situations like this. And just really thankful for trusting my own intuition. Um, Whatever comes up, comes up. And I'm moving away from perfection. So if I brain farted out or forget to mention something, that's okay, and I completely trust whatever needed to be communicated was. So thank you for that. Something um, also that I want to let go is I want to let go of I want to let go of feeling like I have to have it all figured out. I could never have it figured out. Um, I need to let that go. And there's all kinds of things that I want to post on my website and offer, but um, there's other stuff brewing. So I just need to let it go. And I feel like I'm a little bit behind, delayed in terms of some of my goals that I've set, that I need to let that go. Like I didn't know I was going to be presenting at the Full Disclosure Now conference in July. So behind the scenes, I actually was putting a program together that would have totally overlapped those time and dates. Um, just stuff like that. So I know my life's being redirected. Good things are coming. And I totally feel stressed out because I thrive on a schedule. I like to know what's coming up, but I'm letting that go, really letting it go. So just going to burn. If you have a longer stick, you could burn both sides at the same time. I think it might be tricky. Very slowly turning to ash, but it's turning. Up there it goes. Burn the other side. And then you never want to like blow out the fire. You just want to like shake it gently. If you need to blow it out, blow it out. If it starts burning your hand, just drop it. It's happened to me before, where I'm like, "Ow!" and then I actually like flick the burning flame. So I'm wondering, what do? You use a tin can like me? Maybe you have a nice open space. It doesn't matter if it falls. Maybe you intentionally put it in water. Let me know. I'd love to know in the comments. So I totally forgot to open my Witacocha. That's okay. The intention is there, and I'm not getting hung up on perfection, right? Hi, is it good to see you? And so I'm closing the Witacocha. So it starts up here. You can't see my hands. So just before I close this Witacocha, I want to thank the power animals. I want to thank Snake for helping me remember to shed my skin, for Jaguar to, help me cross that rainbow bridge. It's something I got to do on my own. And thinking of Hummingbird and all my high quality items, and thinking about Eagle Condor and taking lessons with me, applying those lessons. And thank you, Mother Earth, Pachamama, for everything, the third, the fin, the two-legged, the four-legged, and thank you, Star Nations and my guides. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope those of you in the comments. Let me know. Yeah, I will keep shining. And I love that you want to catch the replay, Isaac. Let me know in the comments how it resonates with you. Make sure you go visit my Facebook group, Dragon Dreams. Connect there, take pictures of your dream journal or anything. I would love to um, see how this resonates with you. So, I'm also wondering how folks spend their full moons, new moons. Let me know if you have any rituals. I'm doing something special, and I will be telling you about that on Saturday, the next show. So until next Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I look forward to seeing you. Have a fantastic full moon and take care. See ya.